Alright, back with more Vampire the Masquerade, and we are doing the Calling Dr. Crowd quest. So the prince asked us to find Dr. Alistair Crowd, the Malkavian Primogen, because he has not been answering his phone, and the prince is thinking that he is missing.
Going somewhere?
So let's go to his mansion.
You? What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same thing.
No?
That wasn't really a yes or no question.
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Huh? He was acting weird. Crowd's got quite the mansion. Not your typical mansion that you'll see on the Hollywood Hills. So this mansion is full of crazy people. Like this chick here. Only those patrolling guys will attack you. I'm gonna sneak behind him and kill. Fuck him. Now the rest will attack me as well.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've
There's some
made to
kind of
witness
journal
for my
there.
Supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition, or that of my beloved wife, lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear.
So, perception at once shapes the mind and rules over time. Time, however, erodes human perception, and then in turn warps the mind. The mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. With harmony, progress is made. So... Oh yeah, I also looted this Vigabok Thistle. Now this is, funny enough, this is the item that is supposed to be at the Ocean House Hotel, but apparently for some reason, maybe because of the unofficial patch, it was transferred here. So this increases my defense by 1 point. Very great. Now, this is a puzzle that we can solve, but before I solve it, I'm gonna put the journal on and listen to it while I solve the puzzle.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humours, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized, like a newborn babe discovering the sky. I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be replicated.
Go. Taste my sword. We can actually drink blood from this. Whatever these are. I'm guessing they are kidnapped humans or something. Or maybe they are Malkavians. Malkavians are crazy like that. Ouch. Nice little air flip. Oh yeah. More journals.
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from locking her in the roaming pen. What I would give for just one interview, a few simple questions of the plague-ridden woman who met her end that dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop of test subjects, mewling wretches. Few could be called enthusiastic. Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same fervor from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated. Animals. The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess in there. My studies proceed at a languid pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui as my wife's illness advances. My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
Oops. Cool katana. Ninja. Oh yeah. Where do this? Ah, it took me there. Alright. Alright. Okay. That's locked. So I guess the only way to go is here.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure. I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer, so named for some supposed vampire father figure of old, or poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter. For I have taken this office for no greater reason than to advance my research. I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-tailored to what must be my obvious infatuation with reason, for the devil would do well to have such honey-tongued tempters. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of darkest night. Damn it all, now I'm doing it too.
So yeah. I mean, I'm not talking when the journals are going on, because there's some interesting stuff there if you can understand it. There's another occult artifact that we can take. Decreases your chance to frenzy, but right now our humanity is quite high, so we have basically no danger, or we are not in no danger of actually frenzying. So yeah. Ooh, experience. Almost done with the... or we should be almost done with the mansion. There's one more journal.
As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, in conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other vampires, voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I can... cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strange realness or theirs, for the voices are various and inconsistent. I dare not mention this symptom to my vampiric peers, for they have proven themselves true predators to whom I could be loath to reveal any sign of weakness. Indeed, these voices have counseled me against confessing their presence, and until I can confirm their source, I will listen. The information of the voices have given me ranges from curious to frightened. The latter case is especially true of one powerful vampire whose name I shall not commit to recording in the interests of self-preservation.
You don't have to go into this room, but I wanted to loot the refrigerator key. Because the refrigerator key will open this refrigerator, which holds Elder Vitae, which is the best blood in the game. So that's gonna be useful if we ever get in trouble. You can also try to lockpick the door if you want to. Ouch. Fuck off. Let's unlock this door. Ooh, ammo. Shotgun ammo as well. Nice. Ouch. I wonder if there is a block button in this game. Looks like Grout is doing some nasty experiments here, probably lobotomizing these poor guys. Ouch. Son of a bitch. I just wanna loot the place and everybody attacks me. It's an obvious fake wall, but I don't know how to Ooh. Where does this take me? Where the fuck am I? Ah. This basically would have allowed me to skip this room, so that I didn't probably have to fight any of the enemies there. Yeah, well, that's too late now. I pretty much killed everybody. Ouch. Blood on the wall. What the? Ouch.
The voices have increased in frequency and direction of late. They have begun to stay with me long after conversation has ceased and are serving as quite a distraction. I fear others are beginning to notice my preoccupation at the vampire gatherings. I am thinking again of the particular vampire of whom I spoke previously, who I dare not name for my growing fear. If the voices are to be believed, then my caution is warranted, for they speak of his blackest crimes, both past and future. More than once, I have seen the suspicion in his eyes and heard the distrust in his voice when speaking with me. The fear must register on my face, as it is all I can do in these moments to keep from crying out in chorus with the voices. I am no longer safe. I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely. My absence will no doubt draw attention, but I could no longer hold my fragile composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers, especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, but I had to, for their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out at me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know. I have taken precautions to protect my beloved wife. Her cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed. The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this.
So looks like the Malkavian Primogen went into hiding because he expects some of his vampire peers may be after his life, because the Primogen knows something that the vampire peer does not want to be known. I wonder what he knows, and I wonder who he speaks of. So looks like there's a crowd, and we're too late. He's already dead. What the hell was that?
By the flames!
Crouch dead. Who the hell are you?
Kraut is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
Who the hell are you?
As you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix. By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul.
Yeah, whatever. So that was good. Whatever his name was, something Bach. And he didn't kill Kraut, but he was coming to kill him. Bam. So now we basically have to escape this place. Let's... Oh. Ah, that hurt. Why is it missing? Shoot the fucking guy. Oh my god. Ah, fuck me. Ah. Fuck me. The fucking revolver is useless. Let's use the shotgun instead. Okay, now we're talking. Oh yeah. So that was that. Grout is dead, so we have to inform LaCroix that he is dead.
Evening there. Something burning? Ooh, smells like someone burnt the burgers.
I don't smell anything. I've got an appointment with LaCroix.
Sure, I'll open her up for you. Jeez, I could go for one of them double-spaced burgers. Cheese, bacon.
The Primogens still haven't been contacted by Grout. I thought I made it clear that you were not supposed to come back until we had heard from him.
Grout's dead.
Grout's dead? What?
Yeah, and this guy Bug sent his house on fire. Nearly killed me.
Bug! Every time I think he's lost the scent. So, Bug killed Grout to draw me out.
Seemed like Grout was already dead when you arrived.
Bug is a hunter. They stalk and kill our kind to appease their god. But like many mortals, their so-called faith is nothing but a conduit through which they quench their killing urge. Who else would have killed Grout?
If you... on the way in I saw Nines Rodriguez live in the mansion. I don't want to throw Nines Rodriguez under the bus like that. If you'd let me finish.
Let you finish? With whom do you presume you're speaking?
I was just going to add, I saw Nines there.
Look at me. Are you sure it was Nines Rodriguez? Because if it was, the consequences... Do you know where this might lead? Do you really have any idea?
Why don't you tell me, Captain Dramatic? I'm positive it was Nines. This may mean war with the Anarchs, right?
It means... Under most circumstances, I would call a blood hunt on the murderer immediately. However, the Anarchs of this city may interpret such an action to be a declaration of war. I do not want a war with them. This decision will take some time. I need to confer with the Primogen on this. In the meantime, I've come to a decision on the Ankaran sarcophagus, and I believe that for the safety of the inhabitants of this city, we need to place the sarcophagus under Camarilla protection until its contents can be confirmed. You're becoming quite indispensable to me. So, out of all my available personnel, I'm going to entrust the retrieval of the sarcophagus to you. It was quietly delivered to the Museum of Natural History a few hours ago.
I'll go at once.
The manifest from the Dane shows there was a small box from the same dig on board, but it was listed as missing. Keep an eye open for it. It may have been overlooked. It's crucial we get the sarcophagus in our possession within the next few hours.
All these tasks have left me a little short on cash.
Yes, of course. Here. I can't have one of my representatives running around ill-equipped for their task.
That should permit me to more quickly bring the sarcophagus to you.
Here are the keys to the front door of the museum. The sarcophagus should be in an examination room of some sort. There's a small security staff on site, but I don't want a massacre. Mortals are just as easy to deceive as they are to kill.
I'm ready to go, but not through the front door. No keys.
There is a degree of immediacy attached to this task. Work fast. And, as on the Dane, you are not to open the Ankaran sarcophagus for any reason. Excuse me.
Okay. So that was that. Now we have to go to the museum and get the sarcophagus for us from there. So we could spend a couple of points. I wouldn't mind putting points in ranged combat. I'm quite okay with melee. 8 points. Nice. So let's head to the museum. We can maybe do the museum in this video as well.
Where to?
Museum. So here we are. Nothing there. There should be keys to one of the museum offices around here. Yep, right here. Nice. Museum office key. This place is full of security guards, so we should be careful. What the hell was that? So where's the office? There's something. Let's sneak in there. We don't want to be seen, that's not good. That's the door that the key opened. Let's search about. Prescription bottle. This leads to the basement, I believe. If you don't have enough lockpick, you can get the basement key from the Lost and Found. And stop leaving your damned keys all over the place next time. I'm demanding the finder's fee. I turned them in at the Lost and Found, so if you don't have enough lockpick to open this door, don't spend any points. Boost your lockpick, you can find the keys. You can find the keys from the Lost and Found office, which is almost next to the security office. I'm gonna wait for that guy to move back to the monitors over there. Because there's a skill book right there and I wanna pick it up. And there's also security cameras that you wanna watch out for. You don't wanna get caught in those. Ah, I was seen. Ah, I was seen. Damn it. Didn't see me now. There. Don't move. Take the skill book. Thanks. Nice. Gonna quick save here. Loot this box. Take the watch and the gold ring. And then sneak past the security cams. Yep, they're turning now. Now's my chance. Almost got caught. Email. I hate my job. For information, I'll be showing Dr. Chernak, blah blah blah. Relax plan, I had him move this statue into another office. In keeping with good security practices, we have changed the code for Area B2 to 2358, effective immediately. I encourage all of you to change your email passwords as well, if you haven't done so in the last 3 months. Alright. Ah, I was fucking seen. You're fucking kidding me. Just gonna race. Let's check the email again so I can get the experience. 3. Nice. But before I actually open that security door over there, I'm gonna get this statue for Pisha. And make sure you get this, because you cannot get back here. And you cannot return the statue. Hopefully the security guard won't catch me. Quickly. Oh shit. What was the code? 2358. Oh. Nice. So far so good, haven't been caught yet. Wait for the security camera to turn. Nice. There's a security guard over there. Alright, there's a laser field, so by destroying that thing we can kinda break the laser field, but we have to be quick with this. I'm gonna quick save. Perfect. The sarcophagus is located right over here. Except it's not.
I can't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull.
Beckett, what are you doing here?
I'm an archaeologist, so I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation.
Did you get to examine it at all?
Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk.
Antediluvians?
No one I know has ever met one. But each of the clans and their bloodlines supposedly trace their origin to an original vampire, an antediluvian. Some swear these grandsires still exist into the present. But then, kindred and kind believe a lot of strange things.
And Gehenna?
Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies. Fear that the world will end. Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Cain?
Cain is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kind coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time.
Can you tell me more about Thin Bloods?
Thin Bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response, don't you think?
Why don't you believe in Gehenna?
As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf ears.
Are there any other signs of Gehenna?
What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of Thin Bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route.
This is all fascinating stuff. How long have you been studying kindred law?
For 300 years I've been trying to determine the function of our existence, the kindred's role in the world. I'm not content to attribute it to some act of supernatural biblical vengeance. We exist for a reason. And if it takes another 300, I'll figure it out. Any thoughts?
What could be? Where could the vampires actually come from? We are a predatory species, like the lions.
Yes, I've heard that theory before. It certainly seems plausible, but there's little proof to support it. Still, it's a better explanation than a divine sentence for manslaughter.
I really don't know.
My sentiments exactly, but there's time to rectify that. Well, my work here is stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
Goodbye, Beckett. Yay! I got an extra 2 experience points for not killing anyone. So that's actually great. Let's report to LaCroix that we couldn't really recover the sarcophagus, so...
Oh, excuse me, starting to doze off there. Oh, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey always gets his man.
Just open the damn elevator.
What? Oh, yeah, Mr. LaCroix's expecting you. For a young guy, he sure likes to work late. Me, I spent most of my youth in the entertainment industry. Yeah, I guarded the sets for over 6 top 10 TV shows.
We'll talk later, Chuck, excuse me. Come on. Penthouse.
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what you do, behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one, and that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions, no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye.
You're respected by everyone in the city for your leadership.
I've had my fill of sycophants. I need adjutants I can trust.
Everyone respects you. Now what's this all about?
The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head they will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office?
About the sarcophagus, it appears to have been stolen.
Stolen? Stolen? How? Who would... Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated your treachery, sewer rat.
Mind telling me just who the hell Gary is?
The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake. I want him found. I want him... found. The sarcophagus could be exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands...
When you say you want him found, you mean me, I'm assuming.
The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him to talk. That sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort him out.
So looks like Nines Rodriguez is in trouble. He's being... The murder of Alistair Grout has been pinned on him. And that makes sense because he was seen near the... He was seen leaving the mansion. And I didn't see anyone else enter or leave when I came in. Except I saw that Bach guy, but he was late as well. So we stole that artifact from the museum, so let's return it to Pisha. And she will award us an artifact in turn. She will trade it for another artifact.
Yes.
Here's the item from the museum.
Yes. This is genuine and of use to me. There is something resonating from it. A whisper. I will give you this in trade. It is known as the Odious Chalice. It swells with spilled blood and offers its bloat to its owner.
Looks like a wet, rotting pig's face. Thanks. Another question.
Yes.
You seem a bit preoccupied with death.
Death is the ultimate dilemma, and integral to the beliefs and behavior of every culture. Life is bore on the corpses of the dead. Without death, there would be no motivation to accomplish anything. The only emotion would be existing. Life would be pestilent and agonizing.
You eat flesh and study death. I think I'll go. The excitement's just too much. So that's one of the artifacts. The second artifact we can gain a bit later. But we got this. As you kill enemies, the chalice will fill with blood. Use the chalice to feed from it to gain its stored vitae. So we can use the chalice to basically restore our blood meter and health bar. whenever we need to. So it is very useful. Let's visit the last round. And maybe we can actually find Nice Rodriguez there and hopefully get some answers on this whole blood hunt thing and Alistair Crouch's murder.
Fuck, you got a lot of nerve showing up here, Lick.
What did I do?
You fingered Nines. Said he killed a goddamn primogen.
I just saw him there. At least I think I did.
I'm willing to believe you were a patsy in all this, but I'll be watching you, kid.
Where did Nice go?
Don't expect to see him until this bullshit is resolved.
Alright, I'm out of here. So it looks like Niles Rodriguez is gone.
Seth. Yeah? I think you better go. No one wants to talk about this right now.
Let's ask about Jack. Let's ask about Jack where Nice is. Well, let's ask from Jack where Nice could be.
Listen, kid, you did what you had to do. Just a messenger, right?
Where's Nice now?
I hear Nine's got word. I'd wager he's gonna be laying low for a while.
What do you think happened?
It's a ruse by LaCroix so you can call the blood hunt on Nines. Standard smear job, textbook candy bullshit.
Nice has enough kindred protection. He shouldn't have to hide.
Yeah, sure, but there's packs of youngsters out there who'd love to make a name by bringing in the head of Nines Rodriguez.
What can I do to help?
You're just eager to please, ain't you? I could give a goddamn kid, but I'm sure the boys here would appreciate it if you kept it business as usual. You hear me?
I can do that.
Just a second. I heard you were down poking around the museum.
How'd you find out?
Kid, you don't live to be as old as me without cultivating a few connections. The least of which should be able to penetrate the iron veil of the local Natural History Museum.
I was there to get the sarcophagus.
Seems like he has a lot riding on that sarcophagus. He gets such a fierce bug in that powdered wig of his.
Why though? Why does he want it so bad?
I got another scenario for you here, kiddo. Gonna bounce it off you, see what you think. You ever hear of, diablerie?
No.
Well, it's when a vampire drains another more powerful vampire to death. Diablerie is the Sabbat's specialty, but it's a big taboo in civilized kindred circles, and damn sure forbidden by the Camarilla.
Why is it so taboo?
When a younger vampire diablerizes an elder, the younger vampire gains all of their powers.
I see. Wow. You don't think...
Prince is willing to tear L.A. apart to find this thing so he can have it. Why? What would a power-hungry vampire like LaCroix want with a sleeping ancient? I wonder...
What should I do? He wants me to bring it to him.
You gotta figure a drop of ancient blood would make any kindred just about invulnerable. Anyone who has a sarcophagus is gonna be thinking the same thing. If LaCroix gets a sarcophagus, at least we know where it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Besides, getting the sarcophagus and getting into it are two different things.
I'm out of here. So Jack is thinking that LaCroix wants the sarcophagus because he believes that there is an ancient vampire in there, and he wants to basically suck that vampire's blood to himself to gain all its powers. And that could be actually quite a problem. But we don't know Lacroix's motivations are. Maybe he just really wants to keep it from the wrong hands. Maybe the Tremere Primogen has some thoughts about this, so let's go ask him.
Hello, neonate. How can I be of assistance?
Do you have a few minutes to talk with me?
Of course. What is it you would like to...
What do you know about the Ankaran sarcophagus?
No more than yourself. But I do know that Lacroix is much too focused on acquiring it. His obvious need for it reveals a weakness that his enemies may one day exploit.
What do you think is inside of it?
I do not know, although I must admit that I sense a change in the night air, something subtle and not altogether pleasant. Perhaps the arrival of the sarcophagus is the harbinger of something more dreadful.
Like what?
I will say no more.
I'm out of here. So, another vague answer from our Primogen. That sucks. So let's leave this place, and I'm actually gonna visit my apartment in Santa Monica, because in the last video we told our little slave girl, forgot her name, our ghoul, to meet us in our apartment, and I'm wondering if she's now there, and she could have some money for us.
Need a ride?
That we could pick up. So let's go to Santa Monica. If she's not there, I'm just gonna save the game there and continue at the next time. At a later date, basically. Nope, she's not here. Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna save right here. And see you next time.